Good evening. Here's what actually changed in science this week, what happened, why it matters, and what's next. 1. Nobel in Physiology or Medicine, Tregs and Immune Tolerance. What happened? The prize went to Mary E. Brunkow, Fred Ramsdell, and Shimon Sakaguchi for discovering and characterizing regulatory T cells, Tregs, and the FOXP3 pathway that prevent the immune system from attacking the body. Why it matters. Treg biology underpins new approaches for autoimmune disease, transplant tolerance, and even cancer immunotherapy. What's next? Expect clinical programs that expand or tune Tregs in specific tissues, guided by FOXP3 genetics and biomarkers. Do Nobel in Physics, Quantum Behavior in Electric Circuits. What happened? John Clark, Michel H. Devereux, and John M. Martinez won for showing macroscopic quantum tunneling and energy quantization in superconducting circuits, work that set the stage for modern quantum sensors and qubits. Why it matters. These effects made superconducting qubits possible and improved ultra-sensitive measurements used across physics and medicine. What's next? Watch for laureate lectures to connect foundational results to error-corrected quantum computing. 3. Nobel in Chemistry, Metal Organic Frameworks, MOFs. What happened? Susumu Kitagawa, Richard Robson, and Omar M. Yagi were recognized for inventing MOFs, crystalline ultra-porous materials with enormous internal surface area. Why it matters? MOFs enable CO2 capture, water harvesting, gas storage, separation, and emerging catalysis. What's next? Industrial deployments targeting hard-to-separate gases and next-gen direct air capture sorbents. 4. Climate September 2025 ranked third warmest on record. What happened? Copernicus reported global average surface air temperature 16.11 degree, 0.66 degree versus the 1991 Terra 2020 baseline with persistently high ocean temps. Why it matters. Heat stored in the ocean locks in sea level rise and intensifies marine heat waves. What's next? Agencies will update annual rankings in early January. Watch the North Atlantic and tropical Pacific signals heading into boreal winter. 5. Astronomy, JWST. First mid-IR identification of a supernova's progenitor. What happened? A Northwestern-led team used JWST with Hubble Archives to identify the red supergiant star that became SN 2025 PT. Hidden by carbon-rich dust, a first at mid-infrared wavelengths. Paper is on arXiv institutional release this week. Why it matters. Helps solve why we rarely see massive red supergiants explode. Many are enshrouded, not missing. What's next? Deeper JWST time series and mid-IR progenitor hunts to refine dust physics and explosion models. 6. Exoplanets. Direct image of a giant circumbinary world. What happened? NASA's Exoplanet Archive logged HD 1.3811 ABB, a massive, directly imaged superJupiter on a 300-plus-year orbit around two young stars, captured with Gemini Planet Imager. Why it matters. Adds to the small set of directly imaged planets, crucial for testing formation models around binary systems. What's next? Follow-up spectroscopy to probe clouds, methane, and gravity. Orbit fits will mature over years. 7. Health policy. CDC shifts COVID-19 shots to shared decision-making. What happened? The CDC endorsed updated vaccines, but moved access to a provider-patient shared decision model. After months of narrower FDA guidance, pharmacies are offering shots without pre-screening, per reports. Why it matters. Policy framing affects uptake before respiratory virus season. Clinicians will need clear counseling scripts. What's next? AKIP briefs and state health guidance will refine who benefits most and when to schedule co-administration with flu RSV. Infectious disease. Ebola vaccine shows safety in pregnancy. What happened? A phase 3 trial in Rwanda found a heterologous 2-dose Ad26-Zebov MVA-BN phyllo regimen safe in pregnant women with antibody transfer to infants. Nature Medicine published the full data this month. Why it matters. High maternal infant Ebola mortality has limited vaccine use in pregnancy. These data support maternal immunization in outbreaks. What's next? JWST, SAGE, and national programs will weigh policy updates for outbreak response and routine inclusion in high-risk regions. That's your briefing. All sources are linked below, and where we use preprints, we flag them. Tell us what to lead with next week in the community poll: space, AI, biotech, climate, or physics. For the deep dive, watch Hidden History, the backstory of breakthroughs on your screen now, and subscribe for weekly sourced rundowns. I'm your host. This is Breaking Now Science This Week from Lost Pages of Science. See you next week.